Oh, it's back on a Sunday evening. It is the 16th of October, 2016. 10, 16, 16. Josh 316, Albert 417, and the Lord the Day Arrester. I am a cruise control.
And I am Maxwell Silverhammer. Can I get a witness?
And this is the Nothing Sacred Show, motherfucker.
You bitches.
Hey, fuckfaces, it is the 16th of October, and it is Sunday. We're doing a Sunday show again because this is one of the only nights we have free.
It works for us, man. You know, this one thing, though, real quick. I was laughing. I was talking to Kraken about this. Dude, you got more of a social life than I do now.
Oh, why is that supposed to be funny? See,
that is funny. It is very funny because for a long time you're very,
Yeah, well, I am usually kind of on my own. Now, not like I was like looking for your social life, but that might be kind of true. Although you didn't really have. I mean, really, what did you have to do? You did Saturday nights. Pretty much all you did.
Well, no. But I mean, I had friends that I did things with because most of my friends are moving away.
Yes,
that's the whole point. Where now you're in a new place. Well, not new anymore, but you've actually made some friends of your own, and you're doing shit with them. And I'm like, fuck. Cruise Control does more shit. It goes out more often than I do now.
Did that make you cry and go ahead and go pay for another sham that you keep ripping on it?
Oh, nigga.
Did that make you pay for the sham? Because it's funny. I'm sorry, but I got to say this, and I was going to start off with something else. What was I going to start off? Something about.
You were talking about interviews. I know we were talking about that.
Oh, we were talking about it. Oh, first of all, everyone, I know it's an overload. We've got two things on the same day or around the same day. We just got our Jay Jonah interview in, and we were talking about how funny it is that we got like 45 views in like 4 hours, which is like big for our little hole in the wall on the internet. That's what I call us. I call us a little hole in the wall on the internet, because my dad used to call his old apartments a hole in the wall. Basically it's a room and a small little hole in the wall. Well, this is what I call our little nothing sacred corner of the internet, is the hole in the wall. Our little hole in the wall on the internet that we do our shit on. So we've got more visitors to our hole in the wall in 4 hours. And we got more stuff going, and I think we've got like some kind of niche thing going on, man. We're interviewing all these old-time 90s rap artists, and rappers. Oh, I just said rapper.
Well, it's a big crapshoot, man, because sometimes, you don't get, it might just be a couple views or something. But then there's other times, dude, where all of a sudden you're getting all these ads. People are subscribing to the YouTube channel. And,
you got... Yeah, they can listen to the other ones too. So if you have subscribed to our channel and you know who Big Y is or Gangster Pat or any of these older guys, you can go back and watch those interviews too. I think Big Y had a decent pull, like 60, 70, some of that. That's decent for
something
us.
Like that. Awesome Dre had a good one too. He had like 80 something.
Yeah,
I think.
So and those interviews are still up. So they still talk about the same shit because they're the same interview, obviously. One thing though, this is what I was going to say about the interview though. Is that you kind of saved it's kind of funny because I've known Max for like almost all my life, pretty much all my life.
Since we were in preschool.
In terms of hanging out though in the early 90s, I know all this shit because half the time he would be listening to this shit and I'd always go to his room if I was hanging out with his brother. I'd be like, who's that? Or I'd be like, if we were hanging out later on, or if we were just hanging out, I'd be like, who's that? You show me some shit. So like he's talking about like, hey, SIBO, blah blah blah. I'm like, I know who the fuck that is. Like, I know who SIBO is, because who the fuck knows who SIBO is? Like, white bread fucking alternative cruise control here knows SIBO, and he was talking about fucking AMW. I'm like, I don't remember them, because you probably listened to them before, too. Even Sin, you showed me that back then.
I know. I remember that. That was at my mom's house, dude.
Wow.
And we were upstairs, remember? And I was just like, hey, man, check these guys out. And you were digging them. I remember you liked Hate Me Because I'm Hard, too, because he was just ripping on that one, dude.
Yeah, Hate Me Because I'm Hard. But I like that, yeah. So basically, I know all this shit, so I have an idea, because it's kind of like a weird contrast, obviously, because me, I'm like, how you doing, everybody? Me and my Vertical Horizon fucking 9 Days shit talking about, oh, man, SIBO was awesome. Hey, dude, do you remember fucking AMG, Bitch Better Have My Money? Because that's funny, because everyone's talking about Bitch Better Have My Money. This is kind of funny. This is how I know about it.
Sort of a
because there's a Rihanna song called "Bitch Better Have My Money," right?
Oh wow! You're like, dude, I know the AMG version.
So I'm like, oh, bitch better have my money. Talking about by AMG, and people are like, AMG. I'm like, yeah, bitch better have my money. Oh, And then I was talking about Vertical Joyride, and even just like like fucking Bad Influence Click, like shit that no one else would know. It's all because of you, man. So now some of these people, I actually have heard, and I heard back that was back in the early '90s when you showed me to Sin.
Well, no, it was like 96, 97 when I was showing, because I had the album for a while, but I kind of got used to what you liked. I was like, oh, I know Cruise Control might like this.
I like that because I love that fucking snappy lick on
those guitar licks. Yeah, you love guitar shit, dude. So I was like, you know what? I think he's gonna feel that. Plus, you like fast. Like, just great rap, like ripping and wrecking and checking and flipping and
hard, good rap, lyrical. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know rap, man. So
I was like, you know what, man? I said, I think Cruise Control would like this.
Yeah.
This.
So I
do. You remember you bought Lil Bruce? I do remember that. You actually went out and bought that album, dude.
Yeah, I think I bought a Lil Bruce and also a Was it Be Legit? I think I bought.
Oh no, E40. You bought E40.
E40, and I bought Bad Influence.
Hell, man.
I think I either bought Bad Influence or I borrowed that from you or something. Cause
I do. Yes, you did borrow it. That's right. Because your brother likes some of that stuff too. So,
yeah. So I remember borrowing that shit from you. That was funny that we're gonna continue doing that. I guess we got more on the way. People are starting to not blow us up about that shit. You're blowing up your page, right, Max?
Yeah, you can tell we're 90s.
You blowing up your page, man. You getting them pages from these motherfuckers, man. So we might be.
Hit me on Facebook.
We might have a whole bunch of other shit going on because I think people will see this and go, hey, there's an audience. Maybe there's a 50-person audience of the 500 million people on Facebook.
Oh yeah, well it's us older fucks that grew up with rap music.
So
they're like, hey.
So it is Sunday, and it is the day of we're back on a Sunday for this is the night we have. So I don't have too much, although I do have a couple observations.
I got like two things. Oh, and one thing I was going to say real quick too is I've been getting some strange ads on Twitter before this interview, even like just like one guy was like one of these
Twitter
on Twitter. Yeah, I have a Twitter too, man.
Oh shit, man, you probably love Twitter, dude.
Actually, I don't. I really don't like Twitter. I only, have my Facebook is connected.
Okay. Yeah.
So that way I don't have to go on Twitter and post. I don't really spend much time on Twitter, but I do get, somebody else is following me, and I always follow them back as a courtesy. It's just what I do. So this dude, he's like a heal the world, and the world can be healed with just a hug. Aww. And I'm like, dude, who the fuck is this guy? Like, does he know what the fuck we're even about? You know what I mean? So it's kind of funny. People just add people sometimes.
Maybe he does. Maybe he wants to buy one of our cigars. See, I did it for you. So.
Oh yeah, or have a beer with us one time.
Yeah. So we'll talk about good beer and good cigars. Yeah. Anyway, so here's my thing. I want to bring something up first, man. I want to talk about something kind of serious first, like a little political rant I have here. All right, everyone's heard about the whole grab the pussy Trump thing, right?
Oh yeah, he grabbed a chick.
He said he was talking about it. Okay.
Oh.
He was on a bus, basically. It was a hot mic. There was a mic, and he was talking with a bunch of dudes about, hey man, I make so much money, I could probably just reach out and grab her pussy, and she wouldn't even mind.
Is this the same one where he said I could go in the middle of the street and shoot somebody and I won't lose voters or some wild shit?
No, that was a while ago. So this is like the last couple weeks. This is huge. All these people are dropping. Oh my God, he's a sexual assault. He's admitting that he has sexually assaulted women. All he did was basically say, "Oh, I could have grabbed her pussy," or
dude, look at Bill Clinton.
Grab her by the. I know, but that's not my point. What I'm scared about is this: there are people who are saying stuff like his words were sexual assault.
Oh boy!
So in other words, basically, if you joke about hey, I grabbed, because guys joke about. I'm sorry, and there's a couple things that bug me about this. I'm kind of running over myself here, but. The first thing that bugs me about this is that his words, regardless, were with a bunch of people in a conversation that happened like 15 years ago. So
just like niggas talking.
Who fucking gives a shit? Who fucking cares? All right. Now he is the president. I mean, obviously, Clinton is is more quote unquote presidential because she's not like grab him by the pussy or whatever. But he didn't. Just because he says that doesn't mean he condones or would do that in reality. It's guys bullshitting. People bullshit all the time. Chicks do it too. Everyone bullshits all the fucking time. So it's not a testament to his rape culture or sexual assault. That's the first thing.
Oh, yeah, dude, I saw that word, rape. What the fuck is rape culture, dude?
Rape culture is what we supposedly live in through the feminists because we're told that it's okay and encouraged to rape women in this culture.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's why people get expelled from school for just the accusation of being of a rape. We don't live in a. That's the thing. We're in. People believe this shit that we're in this culture that actually approves of rape. Now, of course, they will defend Muslims to the core when actual countries in this world that do have actual rape cultures, Muslim cultures,
them.
Oh, that's
protect
racist.
The real rapist and the person who's not really a rapist. Let's make him look like a rapist.
It's their doublespeak. Just like they're churning out studies that say 1 in 4 women will be raped in their lifetime or some bullshit. But they include people having sex when drunk as non-consent. Of course, guys can get drunk if they fucking want, but it's not consent.
I can see if you're passed out. If some chick's knocked out and a dude's putting his dick in her, that's rape.
Yeah, or if a dude's knocked out and the chick envelops him or starts sucking his dick, that's rape too. Yeah.
That's total rape.
My point is,
But you just had a few drinks and you both are your dick's hard, her pussy's wet, or whatever. That's not rape.
Well, of course.
That's this whole crazy bullshit. But you notice you don't hear anything about anything with gays.
Well, no, you don't hear anything about guys. So when a guy is drunk and a chick is sober and they screw, is that sexual assault? Because the other way around it is, but the other way it isn't. It's only when a guy is. What if both of them are drunk? Are they both sexually assaulting each other? But the point is that the rape culture is this idea that we promote a culture of rape and that we condone it when we obviously do not. So the whole idea of rape culture. So now that whole thing is condoned. He's a epitome of rape culture. He's sexually assaulting with words, right? With words.
Fuck it. Man.
Okay. Here's the thing. What bugs me even more though. So that's the first thing I hate about that. Is that it's bullshit because you can say whatever the fuck you want, whenever you want, unless there's proof you've actually done that. Like if some chick said, oh, yes, Donald Trump walked up to me and reached out and grabbed my pussy. Just reached out and grabbed it. Then, then you press assault. First of all, you go for assault right when that happens, not 12 years later, a month before an election, because now people are coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, he assaulted me and he did this, but there's no, of course.
Well, that's like Bill Cosby. Here it is years later. Now all of a sudden he's a sex offender. It's like, what?
Well, because it's easier to gang up on that, basically. I
mean, well, now especially since he's reached his pinnacle, probably, in his career, he's done. But he doesn't need to do shit. He's got all the money now. This is the time to get him. That's like this. That was something I was going to talk about too. I saw something last night. You remember Michelet, right? Mm-hmm. And because she was dating Dr. Dre and whatever. Well, now all of a sudden it's just funny that they actually put out. I saw an unsung episode where they were talking about her, and they did a movie. They actually made a movie where they reenacted the whole thing. Well, Dre's made out to be this complete fucking, abusive son of a bitch. It's almost like what's love got to do with it, in the hip hop world.
Yeah, because we have no idea from his point of view.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're just hearing this bullshit, and I'm thinking, wow, it's just kind of funny that Dr. Dre now releases Beat headphones. The dude's a millionaire because of that shit. And here comes Michelet, who hasn't done shit in years, all of a sudden saying he's a rapist and an abusive son of a bitch and making movies about the dude.
So he must be.
All kind of shit.
Because men are taught to rape. That's what this whole rape culture thing is. Men are taught to rape when they're younger. They need to be reprogrammed not to. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy shit. I remember when I was taking that gender and crime, that's the stuff they used to say. Heterosexual sex, even if it's consensual, is considered rape. It's just funny that heterosexual sex is considered rape, but gay sex is not.
Well, because it's men. Because no one gives a fuck if men are fucking men, because men don't matter. See, but no one gives a fuck if women fucking women, because women are awesome, and women fucking women is amazing. It's just men fucking women, because men fucking women is because women are victims and men are the evil oppressors. Men are bad, women are victims. But the whole point about this whole Trump thing is another that I was going to get into. Is the second thing is the dudes who get on Facebook and are like, oh, I've had conversations in locker rooms. I joked around with my buddies, but I've never said anything like that. As bad as that, because bullshit, dude. I say fuck, dude. I talk about skull fucking, okay?
Oh,
all right, with my friends, because you know why? Because I'm joking. I'm not serious. I'm never gonna go grab a skull and fuck it. I'm never gonna go fucking grab a girl's pussy. I talk about, I'll just fucking ram my fucking fist up into her twat. I'm not going to go ram my fist into some chick's twat. Trump was bullshitting, and people were taking it seriously. So what does that lead to in the future? Assault of words? What words are assault? Who decides what words are assault and what words are not? It's scary shit, man, because people really think that since he said these things, he is a rapist, and he's a sexual assault person.
Wow.
Because he made those comments. He never said he never. There's no proof. You can't make, oh man, fucking, I just want to kill you.
Oh, and by the way, fuck faces, we're not Trump supporters, okay? You listen to our last show where we talked about voting, you know, so don't try to put us in that category either.
But they're both crazy. You know, the reason I would like Trump is because Hillary would just lead us in the same road, and right now I think we need to crash and burn, man. We need some napalm for that bridge, man, and Trump is that napalm, dude.
Well, yeah.
Dude, Trump will fuck shit up so badly.
He's definitely the less two evils in my mind, but at the same time, neither of us are voting. We're not supporters. You know, we're not endorsing.
He's a fucking moron. He's a complete moron, dude, the guy. He's an idiot.
But you know how idiots are. You got to be one or the other.
Dude, he's a jock idiot. Like, hey, I'm awesome, I'm an alpha male type. The kind of person I fucking can't stand. Those comments, were they disgusting in a way? If you look at them in a certain way, sure. But if you look at them just dudes fucking bullshitting, they don't mean a goddamn thing. No, but these chicks like some people on my wall are like, oh my god, he's an admitted sexual assaulter.
Damn, you got some annoying ass friends.
You know who I'm talking.
I got some too, though, man.
You know who I'm talking about in that one.
I know who. Yeah, it's by the voice. I can tell.
Yeah. So and just other things like this, just like give me. And I want to go off about all the shit that's not fair for half the population. But you know that's a different story. But it's just crazy how scary that is when you got Joe Biden saying his words were sexual assault. No, they were not. They were words. Words are nothing. We put way too much stock in words and our feelings and how they hurt our feelings. It's not. Yeah. You're the one whose feelings are getting hurt. You're the one who has an issue. You're the one who's getting offended. You don't, like they said, you don't give offense. You take offense.
Man,
you take offense. You're the one who gets offended. You're the one who has to go. Okay, their words.
I was either hurt or I was, I took it well or something.
Or if you are hurt, then you go, oh, those hurt my feelings, and fuck that guy. You don't go, you hurt my feelings. You need to stop everything you're doing, and you need to apologize to me. No one deserves an apology if the person apologizing doesn't think they need to apologize.
Well, it's even like, I always use this, but like the blind thing. If somebody says something stupid, I check them and move on. Mm-hmm. I'm not like, oh, I was hurt. You need to apologize. None of that bullshit. I'm like, hey man, I'm just gonna put you on blast, make fun of you. Because the shit's funny to me. It's comical.
Speaking of something, I have to do something here. I do have to do something. I just want to let you know. Okay. Let's see, where the fuck is this? God damn it! I hate when it just.
Now, if it's a video, remember I can't hear it because the our little issue we've been having there.
No, well, it isn't a video, but where the fuck is that? God damn it! This is bugging me. I hate when you.
Oh, you got something you want to read, huh?
No, this is fucking annoying as fuck. Is what this is.
Yeah.
Picture drive. There we go. Okay, come on.
Schlinkles. All right.
So anyway, what I was gonna do is I have a minor fucking sided McJesus actually. I got sided.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I got sided. So let's just do it together, man. Let's just do a very brief. Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from danger. All right, that's good. That's fine.
That works, man.
It's a minimal. It's a mini one, but basically I was at a karaoke thing a week or so ago, and I forgot to mention this last week. But I was at a karaoke thing. What was it last week? Yeah, I was doing a song, and the guy's like, oh, because like he sees me. Well, first thing he did, which is kind of like more dickish and not side of it. I was looking at my my phone. He goes, oh wow, and he goes, hey, you wanna use my glasses or something? I'm like, no, I'm fine. He goes, yeah, I got bad vision. I seen he look close. He goes, I could tell, and I'm like, oh, fuck you, dude.
So more of an asshole.
Yeah.
See, it's funny, dude. Like you get more of the asshole. Yeah,
because I can see, so it's allowed to be. People are allowed to be more of an asshole to me because I'm just visually impaired. I'm not totally blind.
Right, where like that was like I could tell, like he's ripping on you.
So then I'm on the stage, and I'm finishing my song. He goes, all right, step down, stage in front of you, step down, and I'm like,
oh shit.
I'm like, I walked up on stage, cockface. I know where the stage is. So I just had a little bit of taste of that. That's why it's a mini one.
Right,
it's just right. It was one of those things that was annoying because it's like you say before, man. And I've said this a couple times before too. When other people don't realize you're visually impaired, they think that the person that you don't know what you're doing and the person that's telling you is actually helping you. Like when they go step down, well, they think, oh well. A lot of people think, well, if he wouldn't have said step down, he may have fallen off the stage. Like even though I was already preparing to step down, I know exactly where I was going, knew exactly what I was doing. When he said step down, it made it look like I didn't because I did it right after he said it.
You know why? Because a lot of sighted people, man, put their shoes on you.
Well, I know.
Instead of trying to put your shoes on themselves.
Yeah, but that's the real annoying part of it is that I didn't need the assistance, but everyone there could have made the assumption, well, he must have needed the assistance because that's why he said step down.
Right. They even thought maybe you asked him, like, hey, you tell me when the steps are.
And I said, got it. Like I said, I know. Like, and he's like, oh, well, and he's like, oh, and of course, because the way you say that.
The tone, I got it.
Yeah. And they're like, he's like, okay, sorry, man. Like, just shut the fuck up then, dude. It's like right after they say it, they realize, oh, well, maybe he didn't need that, and maybe I just made him look, try to meet him.
Well, at least he caught it. I'll give him that, dude. At least he caught onto it and was like, oh shit,
It was a little sided, so I got a little taste, man. I feel a little empathy there for you there. So.
Hey, there you go, dude. You want us? Let's have our safe place, dude.
It's cool.
We don't have to fuck with sighties. You know what I'm saying?
So now let's go on to a couple of your shit. You had one of those was the
That was actually a nice segue, dude, because I got a thing, but it's about blindos, dude.
Okay.
And the fucking immaturity of blind motherfuckers, and why the fuck I never go to the blind center. So Chandelier told me a story, I guess. Okay, so she was sick one day because she works there. She actually works down there.
Like works. Like works.
Yep, it's an actual
job, money.
Yep, actually gets a paycheck.
No, like I go down there to work and I hang out. They give me a gold thong. I work on basket. I made a basket and I made a basket. So she sees all this. So she knows where we're coming from in that way about this.
Yeah, she does phone work down there, dude.
Okay, so cool, good.
But anyway, I guess
break the stereotype.
Yeah, exactly. Have a job.
Of course, then when someone does break the stereotype, we've got to point out that they're breaking the stereotype, which reinforces that same fucking stereotype. Because we have to point it out, and we're all happy about it, which makes us look like a fucking bunch of blind guys.
Oh, why are you looking? Not good.
Yeah. See, there are blind people who are working. Oh wait, instead of making a non-big deal, we're making it a big deal, which reinforces the idea that blind people. Never mind. You know what I'm fucking saying.
Dude, and I'll do it to myself sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Look, I work, motherfucker.
Yeah, I do too. I'm like, I take care of myself. I'm like, dude, everyone else in the fucking world does too. Or like, yeah, I live on my own. Yeah, like most bachelor men, adults.
Right. Like, you don't even have to say you live alone unless they ask you. But in this case, you want to make it known.
No, hey, I take care of myself, but I don't want to reinforce that stereotype, even though I just fucking kind of did because I'm so obsessed with people not putting me associated with that stereotype.
Yeah, dude, that shit's crazy. I've even done it on dating sites. Like, yes, I'm blind, but I do live alone, and I do have a job. It's like, you got to put that out there because if you don't cover it, somebody's gonna say something. Well, do you work? Do you have a job? You probably don't work, do you? Like remember the lady at the sleep study. Oh, that must be next to impossible for you to have a job.
Be next to. How do you do that?
Yeah,
that's funny.
All I want to say is I'll put some dental floss over your eyes, and you'll be in the same position.
Okay, so Chandelier works there. She works at the blind center. So she's
working there, and I guess she was sick one day, and so was her daughter. So she wasn't going to come in. Well, she had started getting sick like the day before, I guess, at work, and just was like, "Damn, I want to go home. I don't feel well, whatever." So she called into work the following day and told them, hey, I'm not coming in and whatever. Well, I guess one of the members, who's an older lady, called her up and said, hey, I made you some soup, because, I know you said you were sick yesterday. And so she's like, oh, fuck, this woman did all this work and made this soup and brought it in. And she's like, I better go down and get it, even though I feel like shit. So I guess she called one of the other member dudes and said, hey, can you put the soup in the refrigerator? Because I'm going to, I have to take a bus or Uber or some shit.
Okay, that I would have waited on that shit. Just put it in the fridge, leave it in the fridge, put it in the freezer, let it freeze. Come on now, Chandelier. Come on, girl.
Well, I guess the person, the old lady who brought it, I don't know how it was, but she told somebody to go put it in the fridge for her,
Okay.
And she was going to be down there. So she gets down there, and the dude that she talked to, that she told to put it in the fridge, she's like, did you put my stuff in the fridge? And he's like, yeah. And he's kind of laughing. And so she kind of gets the vibe something's not right. And so she goes in and I guess grabs the soup, and I guess the lid's loose. So then she could totally tell that there was something up with it. And I guess she asked like another person, and this guy was kind of in cahoots with that dude. And dude, they're laughing and they're saying shit in Spanish because they're both beaners.
Oh, wow.
And so she knew something was going on. Like, oh, fuck, there's something up. So then she asked, I guess this guy who, I don't know who this other dude was, but she asked him, did they do something to my stuff? And came out that yes, they did, and they're playing a prank on her or whatever. Well, and she didn't eat it, but they put laxatives in her soup is what they did.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I swear to God, dude, these dudes put laxatives in her soup. And so she's like, fuck this. She poured out the soup. Obviously, she wasn't going to eat it.
And she didn't even going to go down there. The only reason she went down there was to get the goddamn shit stuff.
Because she felt bad because she's like, oh, fuck, the woman worked and made this soup, so I better, go down and get it. And but she felt like something was wrong. And so, yeah, dude, this fucker, who's another blind person, it's like, oh, let's play jokes on each other. Like, and dude, I take that shit seriously.
Well, that's not a joke, because if you have laxatives and put too much laxatives, you can actually get serious issues from that.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, I've had people put stuff in my food or in drinks. Remember when we were roommates, dude? And I went to one night when I was supposed to perform at one of those things at Legends Lounge, and remember that old guy that was sitting next to me and he was buying me beers? He only bought me like 2 beers, but I was feeling really fucked up. I remember this when we were roommates. Mm-hmm. And I remember I came home, dude, and I went straight to my room. I remember because you were out watching TV or something. I just kind of, hey, man, what's up? And then I just kind of went in my room and closed the door. And, dude, I even took a shower because I felt so shitty. And like an hour later, I woke up and I was puking. Mm-hmm. And the next day, dude, I felt like I had just been pounding a shitload of liquor. But I think that son of a bitch poured something in my beer. Mm-hmm. So that was the one, and then remember the other one, dude, the chick.
Oh, that's when you were like,
I thought I was tweaking. Yeah, remember she put some like speed in my drink or something.
Yeah, I remember that. That was after. That was after I moved out. That was when I think I was down in Sahara.
Yeah, you were in your own place, I think.
Yeah, I remember you called me that. You called me like, yeah. You're like, hey, dude.
I was like, hey, dude, what are the, I was just not that you're a connoisseur, but I was like, what are the effects of speed?
I've had my experiences with life, buddy. I can admit that, man. I had my dark times.
But it's all over now, man.
So the whole idea of that is fucked up, and especially when another blindo's doing it, because you would expect them to be like, dude, that's the word. First of all, it's completely immature.
Totally.
I would have if they actually were coworkers, I would have reported that to a boss or a supervisor or something like that, because that's not right.
I don't know what she did, but that dude, when I heard that story, I was like, "Oh, are you fucking kidding me?" So
see, just stupid. That just reinforces the other dumbass blindo stereotype that they're socially incompetent and immature.
And they are. They really are.
I mean, how do you? And then of course they're doing the dumbass talking in Spanish to each other while she's around, like a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, why is that funny? She's sick. She's coming in. Why is that? That's not funny at all. It's stupid.
Hell no.
They're probably like, oh, stupid white girl. We're blind in Spanish. Double jeopardy. Maximo blindos. Fucking give me a break.
Fucking Spickalix, dude.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. Why would, and especially when don't even want to go down there at all. You're just going down there to get it.
Right. Because you feel bad because somebody else, kind of stuck their neck out or did something for you.
Although I would have waited and kept that shit in the fridge. But then again,
I would have too. How about I just said to her, "Hey, do you mind just putting it in the fridge and I'll get it?" I guess because people, there you go, more immature shit, dude. I'm sure people steal food.
Well, that'd be great if someone had stolen that shit, because they would be fucking blasting literally like shit in their brains that they may have gotten in. Because if you take too much laxatives, that can cause intestinal issues.
Oh, I know. Well, it's funny because I guess she said afterwards they were kind of milling around, waiting for her to, because I guess she figured at that point she might as well stay down there and work, because she was there already. So she just went ahead and clocked in. And I guess they were kind of milling around waiting for her to, have her shit attack. And it never came.
Why is that funny? I understand shits can be funny but not shit induced. We're going to make someone shit themselves.
Well, when you're 12, cool, maybe,
man. Because those laxatives, you take those, man, they can give you cramps that hurt.
Oh God, yeah. Awful. When you have to take a real explosive shit,
Jesus, that's terrible, man. I don't condone that. You know what? If they're blind, they're not representing the blind community well enough.
No, they aren't. They aren't.
They don't represent anybody. Really the problem is that they don't represent anybody, but they still have that negative fucking impact on people.
Well, because they have to at some point mingle with sighted society, and when people see that dumb shit or just see that kind of person behaving the way they do, It's like, yep, they're all children. That's why, dude, I get so pissed off when drivers will ask me, do you go down to the blind center? Especially because I'm thinking, well, dude, don't put me in that socially retarded ass category.
And those people obviously work there.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. They drive these people every day. You talk about the drivers, right?
No, I'm talking about the people that were actually putting the shit in someone's drink. They work there, obviously.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know because the members and the workers kind of mix and mingle, sort of. I think too. You know what I'm saying?
God. So that's awful. They should have their own fridge, like an employee fridge.
There should be. Yeah, you're right. Well, but they don't. From what I understand, they don't treat them like you're still in their mind. You're still member Metroid material, So it's shitty. That's why she's trying to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Probably the head of blind center is a sighty. I'm sure they're all all the heads of those are like the happy sighty guys. But seriously, if the blind center was run by blind people, that'd be pretty awesome because then it would probably change. Maybe.
Well, it used to be when we used to go down there. Remember as kids?
Yeah, it used to be with the Tate. It was Mr. Tate.
Yep, the Tates. They were both blind and they ran it, but then they died, and unfortunately, fucking sighties that worked in hotels prior to that, they were like upper management. That's pretty fucking sad, dude. Here it was, you go from being upper management in like a wind property or something to like now managing the fucking blind center. Like, wow, you took a demotion in life.
Damn. Hey, man, they're helping out the blind people, man.
Well, yeah, but they have no clue what they're doing anyway. They're just do-gooders. They're like, oh, you know what? They probably pat themselves on the back.
Yeah, that's why let's get the news to talk about the stratosphere field trip for 40-year-old blind people. Whatever.
Yeah, ill shit like that. Or they'll have that. Oh, there was something recently, dude. There's a group called. They have a band, dude, called Broken Spectacles.
What?
That's
the blind center has a band.
Yeah, they're a band that
That's actually a pretty cool name. Broken Spectacle.
Yeah, Broken Spectacles is the name of the group.
Okay.
And they're blindos that that play instruments and sing and shit like that.
That's fucking surprising. Blindos that play instruments and sing. Wow.
I know.
So what happened here? So tell me about this Broken Spectacles. What's
They should call it Broken Mold because they're really breaking the mold.
Broken Spectacles. Okay, yeah. So what's going on with this Broken Spectacles here?
Well, I guess they play everywhere. As a matter of fact, my mom was even asking me about them. She was like, "Do you know about this group called Broken Spectacles?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, they're a blind center group. I guess they played the Renaissance Fair a couple weeks ago or something." So it was, and of course it's. They're not recognized that they're actually a good band.
Let's see. Now you won't be able to hear this, but let's give just a little bit of moment here. This is Broken Spectacles. Perform at the Valley View Live. Yes. So here we go.
Okay.
So you'll hear this.
I'll hear it later.
Yeah.
I'll hear it later.
Let's do it like a couple seconds. Here we go.
All right.
I'll give it to you later, okay? Our next guests also sing, and they have a lot of fun doing it. The Broken Spectacles are a talented group of blind musicians that are truly a spectacle to behold. Joining me now are William Stokely and Anthony Andrews, along with the rest of the band. Thank you so much for coming on today. We so appreciate it.
Thank you.
You too. Anthony, let's start with you. Can you, first of all, introduce us to the
singer?
Hold on.
Like family. We're doing them all.
Now, do you perform?
Can we just play this fucking song? They're not playing the song. They're talking about it.
Oh, there you go.
They're at Hennessy's Tavern. Let's see. Here we go.
Hey!
Jesus.
Line out of work and the kids are shooting dope.
You're gonna like this, dude. I wish you could hear this, dude.
I wish I could.
The last line I hear, the kids in a line shooting dope. Okay, it's just basically they were on the show and they spent the first 10 minutes talking about, or 5 minutes talking about how they're blind and they're amazing because they're, I don't know, what are they doing amazing?
I think they're told to do that too, like talk about your blindness, that shit.
Of course. So they're all a bunch of, and they're blind center centric, I guess, right?
They're Steve-O's. Yeah, they're all Steve-O's. Yep, and that's what it is. They're all from the blind center. And I guess they somehow formed a band down there, and that's like the Blind Center's new thing. They pimped that out, I think they've even played at House of Blues, dude, a couple times.
They probably have. They get in places. I wonder. That's called blind privilege right there, because their shit wouldn't be getting anywhere if they weren't blind.
Oh, if they were just dudes that played. Yeah. I mean, how's the music? Well, I guess I'll hear it, but
yeah, you're gonna have to listen to that when you get. Matter of fact, here's our for our next show. We have a little homework for our next show, for our next Nothing Sacred show.
You want my synopsis?
We're gonna go look at the broken spectacles and see exactly what
I may do that after we get done with this, dude. I might just go on YouTube and see if I can find their shit.
You will, dude. It's the first one. It's an interview and shit of them, and there's a song like, "Hey, boom, doom, doom,
hey, it's the kids of Wheatley High, dude. Same thing, right?
No, it doesn't sound bad. I mean, it's just, it's just music, dude. Like, it's no big deal. Blind people doing music. Woo.
Right. But, I mean, it's not great. Like, you're not like, damn, that nigga can play.
Man, this motherfucking deaf drawer, this deaf chick can draw like no other. I don't even know how she does it. How does she draw so well when she's deaf? I have no idea.
You get tarbarine for some fucked up shit, dude. Like, wow. There's a blind guy that can play the fucking trumpet, dude.
Like, how the fuck did he do that? How does
that to me is just amazing. That guy must be a real go-getter.
Go-getter, yeah. Oh boy. I'm about doing dope. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely got to hear that, dude.
Well, I didn't really play too much. But let me get back to it, and I'm gonna get back to it real quick.
Just a little more clip, okay.
Okay, so where is this fucking thing? Oh, okay.
I think Chandelier used to be part of that group at one time.
Oh really?
She got out of it for some shit. Oh yeah.
So she's probably gonna be like, "Hey, they're awesome." She probably
No, actually, she kind of shit talks them a little bit, dude, because they're kind of assholes from what she was saying. Like,
yeah, I want to play it up here. Here we go. Let's just listen to this.
That's what we seek for. Dear Mr. President, there's crime on the street. Is this the time in a place where you shouldn't be? Dear Mr. President, let's take a look around. Please, Mr. President, put your foot down. Hey! Hey!
Wow.
All right, I guess.
So it's really nothing impressive for you, huh?
No, it's not. You're not going to be impressed. That's all I'll just say. This is talking about, dear Mr. President, put your foot down. Hey, ho, or some shit there.
A lot of hey ho shit.
A lot of hey ho shit going on, and
like let's blah. We gotta promote-stify myself, pimpin'.
Well, hey, they're blind people playing music, man. It's inspirational, dude. So
it's
got to be good regardless of whether it's good or not, because they're blind people doing it.
Yeah, and if you make fun of it and the sighted person hears you making fun of it, they're going to get offended.
Yep.
Because that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that.
Shouldn't be doing that. So what's next? So we got that out of the way, which is the fucking lax. That's a shitty situation, Chandelier.
Yeah, that's a very shitty situation.
That blows. That really blows, man. An awful. That's just, first of all, that could be very dangerous in a lot of ways.
Oh fuck yeah.
Or even just that fucking dumbass, dude. How? Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, and then they're doing it, and they're talking in Spanish, and it's just like,
yeah, that's which is a fucking rude as shit. Anyways, when people do that, the worst thing you can do, talking in Spanish from somebody who can't speak it and they know it. Fuck you, people.
Yeah.
But they can do that because Mexico's an awesome culture, American culture, white culture. Whatever. All right.
Hey, we stole their land too.
We stole their land. We stole their music. If you wear a sombrero, you're stealing their culture. Cultural appropriation. Blah blah blah. Halloween.
Okay.
Right.
Well, they wouldn't be able to fucking survive if we hadn't stolen their land. Thank you very much. So
the reason why they're coming up here, their culture ain't that great.
Yeah, exactly. They crossed the border in fucking droves.
Their culture's so goddamn amazing, then stay there. Stay there in their culture.
Yeah, exactly. Just hang out in fucking Mexico City and wherever the fuck else, Guadalajara or
go
whatever.
south so you can get more cultured and then get raped by a fucking Bangangi tribe in the fucking Swaki forest of Shwakadar or whatever.
Swept to death.
So, anyways, what's next, man? What do you got?
Oh man, the next thing is just kind of a little shrink wrap thing that I realized about myself, dude.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay, well here it is, man. I've realized, I always say, it's always a positive thing to like a challenge and all that. I really fucking don't like a challenge, dude. I like things to work. I'm a cut and dry guy. So, anything that's like, God damn it, I go nuts, dude, with anything that's like, too much bullshit. I just don't like. So I would have to say, I think I'm one of the first people to admit, no, I do not like a challenge.
I don't really like a challenge. I like shit to go smoothly because a challenge to me means you're not doing something right. It means that, like, if something's a challenge, it means obviously the challenge is to make it work right, and so you do overcome it. But when you do overcome the things that you want to, then it's not a challenge because you're motivated to get over it. So it really isn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to get this fucking food, so you want to get it, so it's a pain in the ass, but you do it anyways, and then it's not a challenge to me. It's like, oh, I can't fucking do this shit, you know.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, you always hear people saying, "Hey, I like a challenge," but I'm thinking, no, actually, a challenge is a pain in the fucking ass. I think
everyone's challenged in different ways all the time, and I don't like a challenge. I mean, I don't hate. I mean, it's a necessary evil of life, but I love a challenge. Oh, no, you like challenges that you can handle. You don't love.
That's it. You know, if you're going to get out of it.
I love a challenge. Okay. Yeah, you know you're going to make it. So you love the challenge, so you can say I was challenged and I made it. You don't like challenges that you actually fail.
Yeah, so that's it. You're right. They'll say I like a challenge once the challenge is over.
Because otherwise, if you like a challenge you failed, you wouldn't continue to try to complete that challenge because you'd already be satisfied with it failing.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like I got this talking scale off Amazon, which, by the way, man, I lost 4 pounds.
Oh, so, 4.
Proud of myself, man. Because, you know, when they weighed me at the doctor's office, when I went for the sleep study follow-up thing, I was 240, and you remember that, right? We talked about that a few weeks ago.
Now you're 236.
I weighed myself the other day with shoes on, with my chew and my phone and everything in my pockets. Matter of fact, it was yesterday morning when I weighed myself. And I was 236.
All right, well, keep going. So you've been doing the little treadmill thing of a bobber, huh?
I have, dude. And actually, I've stepped my time up, man. I've actually been on for, let's see. Well, yesterday it was a little short. I try to gauge it by songs that I play. And I figure if 7 songs play, that's about 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yesterday, this particular person I was listening to their songs weren't as long, I guess. Because when I got off it was only 26 or 27 minutes. But the day before, I was on for like 30 to 35 minutes.
And when did you start out? How long were you on when you started out?
Oh, dude, when I started out, I was like maybe 15 to 20.
Ah, see, and then you were like, oh, I got to get off, right? Like, I got to stop.
Yeah, but you know what? See, here's the shit. Again, this is why you want to stay on one level. You don't, try to increase it. Because what happens is you go, oh, yeah, I can crank it up. I can do this. And then so you push it up to as far as you can handle. And then you're like, oh, shit, I can't do this anymore. My legs are burning. So you put it down to something you can handle for the whole time. And you just do that, just a gentle walk.
Slowly but surely, you'll grow in time. And then at some point, you go, you know what? I want to get this a little bit better. And then you'll do that slow. It's a process. We don't have the ability to. That's why people do diets and after a week, I haven't lost any weight. Yeah, you've been doing it a week.
Yeah, and then they give up on the diet.
Yeah.
So, and I was even told by my brother, who is actually a certified weight trainer. I don't know if did you know that, dude? He actually got a certification.
No, right on, man. Trainer. Nice.
Yeah, so he got a weight trainer certification. So, I was asking him about that because my mom was talking about, you probably need to change your diet and you got to do this. And my brother was like, no. You don't want to have to fuck with all that. And you can't eat this. You can't eat that. He was like, just get on the treadmill, get a slow pace, do it for a longer time. And he's like, that's going to be the best thing for you if you want to lose weight. And he was like, you want to build muscle, do push-ups and do some lunges. I was like, what about sit-ups? And he was like, oh, no, sit-ups aren't any good. Don't do sit-ups.
Probably because of the back, right?
Something about that. Yeah, your back or there's I forgot why he said, but he said they're no good. So he said lunges and push-ups, which I haven't really done those, but mainly I'm trying to drop the weight. That's what I'm really trying to do right now,
Yeah, and that's what you got 4 pounds. That's you're making progress. See, and that's when you see that, and people go, you got so much a challenge, but now it's not a challenge as much. Now it's more fun. Like, no, next week I can try to lose 2 more pounds.
Well, it's a challenge I know I can do. You know what I'm saying? It's something that it's not so like, okay, the bed bugs, that was an ass fuck, dude. That was like, I didn't know how the hell I was going to get out of that, honestly, dude.
Yeah, so you needed to you're like, help me. So you got help with that, which is good,
Thank God. But I mean, for a long time I was in denial about it. They were biting me and crawling on me and shit. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'll buy something off the internet. Yeah, it's called bed defense. I'll stick it under my mattress and it's supposed to kill those things. Oh, fuck no. It brought them out more, dude. So,
yeah. So you just realize that you don't see that. And that's kind of a goes into my little rant, dude. Honestly. Okay. Because my rant is about how people are brainwashed to feel like everything has to be a challenge. You got to put 110%.
Oh, right. It's all got to be hard work, everything, right?
Everything, yes. Because, see, here's what happened. And this is kind of a funny... This is... Because I guess you're pretty much... Yeah, so I'm going to go on my...
Well, and the only thing I would say, adding to your shit, everybody has to put a bunch of work into it. But really, when it comes to actually doing hard work, nobody really wants to do it.
Well, it depends on what you mean by hardware. That's a different story there, too. I guess what you're saying. I mean, my thing is like everything. I'm facing every challenge. Yeah, everything's a challenge. You're facing it. Yay, you faced it. You like, you're living your life. It's amazing. Other people in other countries are challenged by not being eaten by a tiger. You challenge your day by not having your latte this morning as a breaking your habit. Ooh boy.
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
they're actually very. What's the word? Spoon fed should be the word.
We're totally spoon fed, but we're also conditioned to believe that like we need to get by with as little as possible, especially in the corporate world, and little as possible. And this is like the regular employees that are brainwashed in this shit. As little as get by with as little as possible, being stressed because at some points during the day we might not have as much to do, and that we can't have that. We have to be fucking crammed, rammed, and jammed every second of the day so they can wring us out of every fucking minute. We can't get another person. Basically, what happened is this: I'm working on going to work on Friday, start my stuff, and we had three people in our department. And my idea is that we should have 4. So I comment, I go, we really should have 4 people at all times. Like, and of course, other people are like, well, 3 people are fine. I'm like, 1 person doing this, 2 people helping with questions. We get a supervisor call. One of those people's already gone. So if we get another request for a supervisor call, there's no one watching. It just becomes a clusterfuck, right? If we have 4 people there, that alleviates that. We have 3 people to watch the floor. We have 1 person who gets a soup call, then they can take it, and it doesn't affect anybody's stuff. And if there's 2 people to have to take a super call, there's still someone in the support room at that point to keep an eye on things and to make sure questions are answered and things are running smoothly. Well, of course,
this way you're not spreading yourselves too thin.
Spreading ourselves too thin, and we're also doing a smooth job. It's comfortable. We can watch things and do a good job. Well, of course, the reply was, well, but then if there are some points where we're just twiddling our thumbs. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little slower. At those points, we go, it's a little slower. Oh, no. And then when it gets fast again, when we have 20 questions come in all at once, we're working, then it gets slower. It's a little bit slower. It's called balance. It's not called, well, sometimes we can get by with 3. I'm like, but you want to be stressed out all the time? You're buying into that fucking bullshit about we have to be wrung the fuck out. Like you keep talking about we're wash rags, dude. That's my new analogy, dude. Employees are wash rags. Yeah. Dip them in, wring them out. Dip them in, wring them out. Give them a little, you guys are doing great. Here's a little incentive. Wring them out. So then they're like, oh yeah, wring me out. Oh my God, I don't know what to do myself. It's kind of slow for 20 minutes. Oh my God, it's a slow day. We need to remove 1 person from support. Remove them now because we need to have it. Save that money.
Everything's so image driven. Everybody wants to look and seem busy.
Yeah.
It's almost like, damn, a lot of people want to look busy, but really aren't doing shit. They just, as long as they create the image that they have so much on their plate. I see it too, dude. When I go to some of these networking things, the first question they ask me, "You been busy?" And I'm like, well, we've been doing our thing. And I get caught up in that dumb shit sometimes. Like, I better say I've been busy because if I don't and say, no, not really, then I'm like thinking, well, what are they going to think about me?
That, or they're gonna knock me from my position. That's the thing, because they will. That's the problem. Oh my God. Well, we've noticed sometimes that it's kind of.
You have 2 minutes to scratch your balls. We can't have that.
We can't have that. You're being on, like they do that with calls too. You have 30 seconds in between calls to get yourself together.
Dude, come on.
That's what they do. That's how much the time they give you. 30 seconds between calls.
They always got to be doing something. Like I gotta be doing.
Yeah, or if you're not on calls and do this. Sometimes you just want to lean. I've got 5 minutes between calls. I'm gonna lean back and that's for your break time. You get your breaks. So sometimes it's slower at other times. We need to send you home. Well, that's fine. Send me home. That's cool.
Right. Well, and that's the whole thing. It's like it's hip to be busy. Oh, I'm so busy. Everybody's so. Matter of fact, we got a coworker that tries to make themselves look way busier than they really are. Kraken and I see it all the time. And when I was asking one day, what the fuck is all being printed out there? And I guess he took a gander at one of the things. He's like, dude, it's a bunch of emails. I'm like, what the fuck are they printing emails for? The shit's saved electronically. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you print out your emails? What's the point of that?
Probably for some, like, I can get gotcha moments where they can get them back, or some specific.
You just can pull it up out of your Outlook, man.
No, but what if they lose that? What if they get fired or something? They have these emails they can have.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
which is probably illegal. But here's my point about it. Is like these are the same people like I'll be like, all right, it's this time. We need to go to lunch. Well, I'll be going to lunch in just a minute. Well, we need to get lunches going. Well, why are you so worried about lunch? Because I deserve a fucking lunch.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm working every day, and I know it doesn't matter what I fucking do. I want my well, hey, as a go-getter, some people even suggest or imply, well, maybe, staying in support, you gonna do. It's like, no, this is fucking lunch. This is my job. I get paid when I'm paid. When I'm on lunch, I'm not paid. I want my lunch at a certain time. But some people will I'm like, aren't you at lunch? So, well, I'm just helping out while I'm at lunch. No, get the fuck
yeah, working
out.
while you're at lunch.
Get the fuck out. What are you doing, man? It's like these people are just brainwashed into being slaves, man. It's part of how slavery works. It's like the easiest slave is the one who loves to be a slave, because they won't run. They like, oh master, there's a great place here. I'm gonna be a great slave.
I'll be a good nigga. Look at me.
Let me try it a different way, because let me do the actual some of the real slaves. Irish, hello, because they're actually Irish white. You know there were white slaves, right?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. There was Irish slaves and
tons of white slaves and white people. So, but the whole point is that it's just like this, like, oh, I love it. I love just eating this fucking corporate bullshit up. I'm gonna work so hard and I'm gonna get a position where I'm more stressed out than I am now. It's gonna be great because I'll be moving up in the world.
Well, yeah, it's like people that work late on, like, sometimes, man, I'm late there, sometimes like on Friday nights because I'm waiting on my bus. But I want the fuck out of there as soon as possible. Believe me, I'm not working. But I'll be walking through the building, and there's people still working. I'm like, what the fuck are you still doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, go home.
What's done? I gotta get this done. It's like, all right. I know, but some people, have the jobs and they're supposed to work there, but then they get office buildings usually close up at 5 or so.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about people literally they'll be on lunch and like, well, I'm not really doing anything else. Get the fuck away from your computer. Why you're not being paid even to do this now and you're still there? What the fuck is your problem?
Like, you just enjoy the slavery.
But just the whole idea. And then, what the funny part about that story is, and this is the funny thing, I was like, well, when we get really busy, it gets hectic. There's no reason for us to be running around like crazy. Well, sometimes it gets busy, but, it never gets that bad with 3 people. We don't need 4 at a time. 15 minutes later, soup call comes in. I take the soup call. 2 minutes later, another soup call comes in. We had to have someone call that person back because we didn't have enough people to take that second call. And the one person who was still there was like, are you done with that soup call yet? I'm like, I wanted to say, I didn't say a goddamn thing, but I wanted to say, it wouldn't make a difference if we had 4 people. Because they were both arguing me, well, we don't need 4. We only need 3. I'm like, it's not, you gotta ring yourself out. I love being rung out. Just ring me. I'm a corporate shill. I want to make it in the world. Oh, yeah, I'm going to work 14-hour days and get paid for shit, 10.
Since that, I love the dick. Oh, corporate Jim, ram it up my ass. Make me work as hard as I can. So later I have something to, to talk about how hard I've worked to get to where I am.
Yeah, exactly. Or, I did this and I worked harder than the other person. They didn't promote me, so now I'm bitter or whatever.
Well, that's it. It gives you a leg to stand on when you want to bitch later. Or if you did get promoted, then you can really pimp it out and be like, look, see what I did? I worked nights and weekends just so I could get to the fucking top.
Yeah, and then we had a meeting the same day, and they're like, we're going to start doing more evaluations, and if you don't get those good evaluations, you may be pulled from the support position. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. Go fuck yourselves.
Right,
I don't really fucking care, dude. I don't care at this point. I'm just like, whatever, man. I'll figure something out. I always do. I land on my feet. I handle my shit, so, I'll figure something out.
Yeah. Well, you're just not into sucking the dick, man, like so many other people are. They like, dude, this is their fucking life. Like the whole thing that they're fighting, and the shit they're going for is stupid. It's like, well, I want the house with the picket fence. Like the goals are crazy too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's just like I said, it's the pre-programmed goals to so that you can continue to just be the corporate slave that we all are. That's pretty much what we are, man. The truth of it is, we are all corporate. Oligarchy is what we live in, man. We need to burn. That's why Trump, if he gets elected, I'll be, at least it'll be interesting. Because if Hillary's elected, it's not going to be interesting. It's going to be utter dread. It's going to be like,
or the same.
Yeah, same old shit. Well, Trump might actually blow some shit up, man, himself up or something like that.
Yeah, give us some excitement.
Fucking knows, man. Something needs to happen because we're.
Well, you know what? It'll blow these Jimbies and fuckheads that are, doing their whole,
and that's why all these
bullshit.
It's just the people don't. I mean, okay, why are all this shit coming out in October, 3 weeks before the election, about these hidden mic tapes from 15 years ago? Oh, they didn't have these last March. No, I'm sure they did. They're
right when he first got
because it's right near the election, because it's all the same shit. They desperately do not want him to win, because he will, regardless of what people think, he will shake shit up hardcore. He will fucking shake some shit up, and that's why if it's a choice, it's definitely Trump, but not because of any kind of political. Oh, you're supporting a rapist. He never did. He's never been fucking convicted of rape. Hey, so you want me to bring up some shit, I can, but the point is, I just want something. I want something fucking different than Hillary.
I want to see who they pick.
Hillary will just fill the pockets of the same people that are being filled and leave us down the same road more and more than like Obama did. So.
Yep. Well, I just want to see who they pick, dude. I wonder, because like you said, if he does shake shit up, if that's real, and if they're going to pick him, I wonder if they won't pick him now because of that. I don't know, because I would say they pick him because we don't pick him, we don't vote. I mean, the vote doesn't count. So the Electoral College, we think they'll put him in there. You know what I mean?
Who knows? But if he makes it, and I could also see Trump making it and being exactly like Hillary, just right in the pockets, making same thing.
Well, that's what happened with Obama. We thought he was going to be the fucking no pun intended.
Well, I didn't. I was kind of like hopeful. I didn't want him to. I wanted. I don't like. I'm not really a Democrat most of the time, just because they're all about division. Dividing peoples, and Obama doing it too.
He seemed like the most, to me.
Yeah, I was hopeful after he got elected. I'm like, let's see what happens, man. Maybe he'll be a good press.
Well, he had me fooled. I will say that, because like I said, I don't claim a party. I always go for who I feel is most qualified.
I do too, usually, but usually I like the Republicans because they're not about race-based identity politics usually, except for
a Trump supporter, Schlunky. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
I don't want.
That's what it is. They always got to, because they can't put a label on you that it upsets them. You already know that, man. So they want to be able to call you a Trump. We've been called, a few times too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've been called just right wing, I guess, or right wing.
Right wing, racist, homophobic, white male conservative capitalist patriarchal regime by another homosexual. But yeah.
So yeah, we're just bad people, man, because we don't believe the same things that everyone does. We're not awesome like people like that, man. That's why, dude. I think it's time, dude.
Yeah,
it's time to stop this. I think it's time to stop this for the night, man.
I think it is.
I just think that's considering, man. Considering that. I think this should be our last show. I think this is gonna be our last.
Oh yeah.
Our last show, yeah.
Hey, even though we got people hitting up our interviews.
No, man. No. They don't. Once they find out how bad we are, they're not gonna want to be a part of us anymore.
You're right, man. You're right.
I think this should be our last show. Until the next fucking show, bitches. Because
fuckers.
This has been the Nothing Sacred Show for the 16th of October, 2016. We'll see you motherfuckers down the line. I am Cruise Control.
I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And before we say that's the story there, bitches, we will say go check out the Jay Jonas interview. And that's the story there, bitches. Go fuck yourselves. Happy Sunday. Christ loves you.
Yeah, Jesus in a bag.
Death. Or the daddy. Or the fucking daddy. Fuck you.